On Sunday, Tropical Storm Fiona became Hurricane Fiona, strengthening to a Category 1 hurricane just before slamming into Puerto Rico and causing widespread power outages, floods and landslides on the 33rd anniversary of Hurricane Hugo. Before that, however, Fiona dumped inches of rain onto Guadeloupe as a tropical storm, causing massive flooding, which resulted in 2 deaths. One when raging waters swept a house away with a man still inside. Another resident who was reported missing was subsequently declared dead as well. Rainfall from Tropical Storm Fiona caused the Goyave River to overflow its banks, taking with it a bridge that had stood unmoved for decades. Guadeloupe's roadways became rivers, and residents took to social media over the weekend, describing the storm conditions as, quote, a bad dream, as they reported huddling indoors while extremely violent winds whipped outside. In Dominica, the specter of the devastation and death of Hurricane Maria in 2017 accompanied Fiona's rains and whistling winds, arriving as it did on the 5th anniversary of Maria's passage over the island. One Marigot resident lost her home to a landslide caused by the heavy rain. A neighbor spoke to local press outlet Imo News, describing watching the house as it was washed away by a river of mud, while the homeowner, Louisa Alexander, became emotional as she recounted what happened.
Mr. Bolan, you live in this area. Tell us what happened, what you saw.
Well, when I was in my house there, I was looking at the river. And then when I look on top, I just see the house just plunge down. That is the last set of rain that come down.
So when you saw the house plunge down, how did you feel? What was
then
the
I
reaction?
Then I come out and I run and I call Junior. Junior come and he called my brother up there and I run up by my brother and I tell him, look, Louisa, I was going down.
But was Louisa in the house?
No.
She was not in the house, thank God.
Yeah.
So when you called Louisa, what was her reaction?
Well, she did start to cry already and the little girl for her.
Wow.
He called Donna.
Wow. And at present, this house, I'm not sure how they're going to pull it back up, or you think it will just continue to go down in the river?
Well, the only way they really have to take that out is to unmount it.
Unmount it?
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I don't think she can live here any more time.
My name is Louisa Alexander.
Louisa Alexander, and she is the owner of this house that came down with the slide. And they were not in the house at the time, but
my son was there at the time cooking, and when he feel something moving, he had to step on the other side, and he don't see the house just come down.
So he had time to get out of the house?
Yes.
Thank God.
He had time to get out of the house.
So,
but I was up there. When I come out, I was coming down, but I could not cross the river. I was still up there. And then my daughter said, Mommy, the river passing by the step. And when I watch, I see like the house gone. So I see my house gone. And I start to cry. I go back to the neighbor up there and tell them my house fall down.
So as of now, you lost most of your stuff in your house. Did you get some stuff out?
That lady no, I didn't get nothing out. Because that lady that gave me some clothes.
In Puerto Rico on Sunday evening, now Hurricane Fiona made landfall on the extreme southwestern coast near Punta Tocon. There, winds of up to 85 miles per hour were recorded and as much as 30 inches of rainfall. The whipping winds and torrential rains resulted in roofs being blown off houses and businesses, while water rushed through streets and into homes. In the central town of Utuado, a bridge installed by the National Guard after Maria fell to the raging waters. The island was plunged into darkness after Fiona arrived, leaving all 1.5 million customers of Luma Energy without power after the grid failed. Only 100,000 of those customers had service reported on Monday morning. However, these included critical facilities, including hospitals in San Juan's medical complex. Luma warned that it could take days to fully restore service due to the magnitude and scope of the blackout. Pedro Pierluisi, Puerto Rico's governor, described the hurricane's damage as catastrophic. No deaths have been reported as of yet, although some say it is too early to tell, as even as the hurricane left Puerto Rico's shores on its way to the Dominican Republic, it continued to inundate Puerto Rico with persistent rainfall. Meanwhile, Virgin Islanders in Fiona's path before it bore down on Puerto Rico were left breathing sighs of relief as the territory was spared major damage from the of the storm. As a precaution, the territory on Monday ordered all schools, including its virtual academy, to remain closed so that officials could assess road infrastructure and school buildings. However, the University of the Virgin Islands advised its faculty, staff, and students to report to classes today, as it announced no damage to its facilities. Despite the lack of significant structural damage to the territory, incessant rains and strong winds up to 45 miles per hour in certain areas pounded St. Croix on Saturday night into Sunday morning. Despite this, many Virgin Islanders were pleasantly surprised by the performance of the territory's Water and Power Authority, WAPA, which was able to maintain the power grid apart from a few brief moments of interruption. By Monday afternoon, it was back to business as usual in the U.S. VI. Governor Albert Bryan Jr. during a press briefing offered prayers for those countries affected.
Things are looking good. We're going to decommission the Emergency Operations Center sometimes today as the storm goes over Puerto Rico and over Hispaniola. Prayers are always with them. Puerto Rico has had a particularly rough time over the last couple of years, and we're praying for the people of Puerto Rico, as well as Governor Pierre Luisi. He's a really good friend over there and has been a friend to the Virgin Islands. The people of Hispaniola, we have many people from the Dominican Republic that live on our shores. We're praying for your families over there, your loved ones. Hopefully the storm moves quicker and is off to sea and away from everyone else.
Fiona became the third hurricane of the 2022 Atlantic season on Sunday, just hours before making landfall in Puerto Rico. Some meteorologists predict that Fiona could strengthen further to become the season's first Category 3 hurricane by midweek, with the potential to reach Category 4 status as its trajectory takes it just southwest of Bermuda and east of the Bahamas.